And this is why I love 50 Cent. If you guys don't follow 50 Cent on IG, like, what are you doing? It's time. He is so funny. And I don't know if you guys just saw his latest post.
Don't trust nobody. In Hollywood, specifically, when you get there, a lot of people don't know how to say no. That's the difference between New York City and California.
Oh my God, Sean Diddy Combs, once the crown prince of entertainment, is now at the center of what might be the most explosive Hollywood scandal we've seen in decades. The whispers? They've turned into full-blown screams, darling, and the revelations keep coming. But here's the real tea. 50 Cent, who's been waiting in the wings for years, is absolutely living for this moment to turn up the heat on his longtime rival.
As far as, is he going to turn people in? Is he going to cooperate? If the federal government wants him to cooperate and they're going to cut his time, because right now he's looking at 15 to life. With all the charges he had to, he won't get out till 70 years old. He about 70. That's when they start talking about letting him come to a halfway house.
Now grab your seats because this is absolutely shocking. Diddy's high-powered legal team, we're talking creme de la creme of the industry, just dropped him like last season's fashion. Can you believe it? The timing is absolutely devastating, and everyone's asking the same question. Why would such a prestigious firm jump ship when their client needs them most? Is it the weight of those scandalous accusations, or darling, is there something even juicier beneath the surface? The speculation is off the charts, and with lawsuits piling up faster than designer shoes at a sample sale, Diddy's pristine image is crumbling before our very eyes. Could this be curtains for the bad boy legend?
I'm not surprised with the decision. I'm surprised that Judge Subramanian entertained it. He held a 2-hour hearing, which we were covering live, and he issued a 5-page written order. Most other judges, including the 2 previous judges, to consider this issue, summarily denied the bail motion. I think a lot of it stems from Judge Subramanian being a newer judge. This is a Biden appointee. He has a civil background.
Enter the drama's favorite pot stirrer, Curtis 50 Cent Jackson, who's circling this scandal like a shark smelling blood in the water. And trust me, honey, this isn't just your regular celebrity feud. It's personal with a capital P. For years, 50's been calling Diddy out, painting him as this manipulative figure hiding behind all that glitter and gold. But now, now he's taking it to a whole new level with his Netflix documentary. And the title? Did he do it? Absolutely savage. 50's made it crystal clear. He's not here to watch from the sidelines. He's here to run the whole show.
I think a lot of people thought that he was just joking around. It turns out he's not. So this is actually a real project that's being made under his G-Unit movie and TV.
Darlings, this documentary is sending shockwaves through Hollywood faster than a celebrity divorce announcement. 50 Cent is promising to dig deep, and I mean deep, into all of Diddy's alleged wrongdoings. The way he describes it, this isn't just another celebrity expose. It's a story that's been decades in the making. And that title? It's sharper than a stiletto heel, leaving absolutely no question about where 50 stands on the matter. But here's what's really got everyone buzzing. The timing of this announcement couldn't be more calculated if it tried. 50 isn't just stirring the pot anymore, sweeties. He's knocked the whole kitchen over.
We once worked together a long time ago. They're not friends now. They don't like each other. And yeah, 50 has taken every shot, especially when Diddy has been down. Diddy really, is not in a position right now to fire back at 50 Cent. So, yeah, he's taken a lot of abuse, and I don't know that anyone feels sorry for P. Diddy right now, to be honest.
No, I don't think so either, and it's certainly not going to end anytime soon.
The burning question on everyone's lips is, what juicy secrets does 50 Cent actually know? Darling, his social media has been absolutely buzzing with the most deliciously cryptic hints and not-so-subtle digs at his rival. And let me tell you about this absolutely viral post where he dragged Diddy about those items reportedly seized from his properties. "Here I am keeping good company," he wrote, "and I don't have 1,000 bottles of, let's just call it lubrication, sitting around my house. I mean the shade of it all. It's crystal clear that 50 has absolutely no intention of letting anyone forget about these allegations anytime soon."
Well, go back to that 50 Cent post, because I'm going to tell you why 50 is literally is a diabolical genius.
Now hold on to your pearls, because this next bit is absolutely scandalous. There's this leaked clip from the documentary where former bad boy artist Mark Curry spills some seriously jaw-dropping tea about Diddy's behavior at private gatherings. When 50 Cent shared this bombshell, promising that proceeds would go to survivors, it painted such a disturbing picture of someone allegedly using their power for the most sinister purposes. "You think you know the story," 50 captioned the post, "but you don't know half of it. Honey, the comment section absolutely exploded. While some were cheering 50 on as some kind of truth-telling hero, others were side-eyeing his motives like last week's leftovers. Is this really about justice, or is it just another chapter in their long-running feud?
50's not to be
Oh, Tone.
50's not to be
With Fifth. Y'all don't even. Fifth is
Play around if you want to.
Fifth is different.
And he's on tour.
But darlings, let's talk about the man at the center of this whole messy drama, Diddy himself. Despite accusations flying faster than designer bags at a sample sale, he's standing firm in his innocence. His legal team? They're fighting back at every turn like their Louboutins depend on it. In a recent statement that had everyone clutching their pearls, Diddy accused his accusers of trying to blackmail him, calling the lawsuits nothing but a desperate cash grab. "I will not give in to these extortion attempts," he declared, doubling down harder than a poker player with a royal flush. His team even suggested, can you believe it, that some allegations might be part of a bigger conspiracy to bring him down. While it's easy to roll our eyes at such claims, the sheer number of lawsuits and these high-profile names getting dragged into the mess make you wonder if there's more tea to spill than what meets the eye.
There's a huge difference in energy internationally in 50 Cent and Jay-Z.
Oh, darlings, while Diddy's defense team is busy painting him as the victim of opportunism, the prosecution isn't missing a beat. The latest court documents are spilling some seriously scandalous tea about Diddy allegedly using unauthorized communication methods while in custody. We're talking about using other inmates' phone accounts and secret messaging apps. How very James Bond of him, except this isn't a movie. If he's bending rules behind bars like a pretzel, what does that say about his behavior in the real world? And let's dish about that heart-tugging social media moment with his children gathered around a speakerphone, sending birthday wishes to Daddy Dearest. Sweet or calculated? Some are saying it's a genuine family moment, while others are calling it a perfectly orchestrated PR move. And honey, let's not forget that his sons are social media powerhouses in their own right, making them absolutely perfect allies in Daddy's reputation rescue mission.
The Gianna shoe outsold the Sean Carter shoe 6-1. I made over $80 million during the RBK time.
Now, if Diddy's family is his trump card, then 50 Cent's relentless social media campaign is his absolute nightmare. With millions hanging on his every word like it's gospel, 50 has managed to keep everyone's eyes glued to this unfolding drama. His posts? Pure savage genius, darling. Mixing humor sharper than a surgeon's scalpel with the kind of tea that would make British royalty jealous. And it's working like a charm. Diddy's once untouchable reputation is crumbling faster than a cookie in hot coffee. Even his former besties are running for the hills, terrified of getting caught in this scandalous crossfire. The stakes couldn't be higher. We're not just talking about Diddy's career anymore, sweeties. This is about his entire legacy. For 50 Cent, it's the perfect opportunity to settle an old score while cementing his status as entertainment's ultimate truth teller. And for us, we've got front row seats to what might be the most dramatic showdown in recent memory.
I don't think he's aware of his presentation. You know, there's an adjustment. There's something that's happening that's different about him and the way people perceive him.
Darlings, the tension around Diddy's legal troubles has reached fever pitch, and this courtroom drama is spilling over everywhere like an overflowing champagne tower. While his team is desperately trying to salvage what's left of his once pristine reputation, the prosecution is methodically dismantling decades of carefully crafted image making. But here's the real gag. The most devastating blows aren't even coming from inside the courtroom. They're coming straight from the court of public opinion, where 50 Cent is playing judge, jury, and executioner with the kind of flair only he can serve up. Between his brutal humor, relentless trolling, and this upcoming Netflix documentary that promises to unravel every single thread of this messy web, it's absolutely delicious.
Tim, you're aware of international. You are like Flex here. I've always said that. I always felt like that. Right.
But darlings, this isn't just about Diddy anymore. It's turned into a full-blown domino effect that's dragging in some of the biggest names in showbiz. The allegations? Absolutely mind-blowing, involving everything from secret communications to witness manipulation. Let's dive into this next chapter, where the stakes are higher than your favorite celebrity's stilettos. Picture this, Diddy supposedly sitting in a prison cell using other inmates' phone accounts and secret messaging apps like he's running some underground operation. According to these court documents, he was allegedly sending messages to outside parties, possibly influencing witnesses and trying to control his narrative. And here's the real kicker. All of this was happening while he was actively seeking bail. The audacity.
I agree, and the risk of flight was always going to be a tough argument for the government because obviously Combs voluntarily came to New York. He surrendered his passports through his lawyer. He could have fled after the March raids of his Miami and Los Angeles homes, but he didn't. He has access to 2 private jets. I think it was a tougher argument. I know the government made the argument, but clearly the best argument was the dangerousness and the witness tampering.
Oh, honey, let me tell you about this absolutely scandalous revelation involving a third-party app supposedly connected to one of Diddy's sons. The prosecution claims he was sending hundreds, yes, hundreds, of text messages to people who weren't even on his approved contact list. While his defense team is trying to play it off as innocent communication, the prosecution isn't buying it for a second. They're painting a picture of someone who simply can't help but try to maintain control even when he's behind bars. And honestly, darling, if he can't follow simple rules while in custody, what on earth makes anyone think he'll behave if he gets bail?
His application. Nima, talk to me about that.
Well, Combs is separated from the general population, right? He's with, or was with, Sam Bankman-Fried at least. And the irony there is that's someone who was granted bail, tried to tamper with witnesses, so the judge revoked his bail. So that just goes to show how these federal judges feel about witness tampering before trial.
And you won't believe this, the judge is absolutely not having any of it. In a statement that had everyone gasping, they expressed serious doubts about whether any bail conditions could keep Diddy in line. They even questioned his private security team's reliability, suggesting they might be dancing to Diddy's tune too. It's absolutely devastating for his defense and raises so many questions about just how far he's willing to go to protect himself.
Sean Combs get another shot with Judge Subramanian? Or what will be his likelihood of success in a different court? Because there's currently a pending appeal at the Second Circuit Court of Appeals. So to get into all of this, I want to bring on former federal prosecutor Nima Rahmani, friend of the show. Nima, thanks so much for coming on. First, before we even get into what he can do next, were you surprised?
Now, let's dish about how this whole saga has spread like wildfire to encompass Diddy's entire inner circle, especially his family. Remember that viral video of his children gathered around a speakerphone wishing Daddy Dearest happy birthday while he's in custody? On the surface, it looks like this touching family moment, right? But honey, let's be real. With millions of followers between them, Diddy's children are social media powerhouses, and every post they make shapes public opinion. And in a case that's as much about public perception as legal arguments, that kind of influence is absolutely priceless. Both sons have carved out their own little empires in entertainment, making them powerful allies in Daddy's reputation rescue mission. But here's the tea. By standing so publicly by their father, are they secretly putting pressure on potential witnesses to keep their lips sealed? It's a question that's got everyone talking, and you better believe the prosecution is watching like a hawk.
Interestingly, we haven't seen the indictments yet. There's been some time lag. I suppose it will take some time to go through all the forensic, evidence, but...
Oh, darlings, let's talk about how 50 Cent has been absolutely relentless in keeping all eyes on Diddy's alleged misdeeds. His social media has become the hottest show in town, with millions of followers practically glued to their screens waiting for his next post. Remember that absolutely savage moment when he commented on those items reportedly seized from Diddy's properties? The shade of it all. And then there was that now-deleted post mocking Diddy's children. Some thought it went too far, but others saw it as pure strategic genius to keep the public absolutely hooked. Beyond all the trolling, 50's upcoming Netflix documentary promises to blow the lid off Diddy's entire career. He's positioning himself as this crusader for truth, darling, whether you see him as justice seeker or drama stirrer.
We do have some breaking news that we want to bring to you. It was being reported by TMZ and now Fox News. We are learning that Jay-Z is accused of a 13-year-old girl. That is new in the Diddy lawsuit.
Now hold on to your seats because this gets even juicier. While Jay-Z has been trying to maintain his usual cool composure, honey, he's found himself caught right in the middle of this mess. The whispers about their past dealings are getting louder by the day, with some suggesting Jay-Z's been quietly distancing himself from Diddy for years, like he knew this bomb was going to drop. And then there's this absolutely wild resurfaced clip of Rihanna sharing this utterly bizarre story about her first meeting with Jay-Z. She tells how he joked about there being only 2 ways to leave his office, with a signed contract or through the window. Sure, she laughed it off then, but in light of everything happening now, darling, it hits different.
This morning, rap mogul Jay-Z is denying allegations he assaulted a 13-year-old girl alongside rapper Sean Diddy Combs. That civil lawsuit filed against Combs in October was amended Sunday to include Jay-Z. The accuser, identified only as Jane Doe, says she was assaulted by both men.
And we simply must talk about Jaguar Wright, who's been spilling piping hot tea about both Diddy and Jay-Z. In this absolutely explosive recent interview, she went all in, calling out both men by name and accusing them of using their power to exploit others. Everyone knows what's been going on behind closed doors, she declared. It's just that nobody wanted to say it out loud. Well, I'm saying it now. Her comments have set social media on absolute fire, reigniting all those questions about the culture of silence in the industry. But perhaps the most chilling twist in this whole saga involves poor Aaron Carter's tragic passing. While officially it's attributed to personal struggles, conspiracy theories are spreading like wildfire, suggesting there might be more to the story. Carter's mother has even demanded a new investigation, sharing crime scene photos and accusing authorities of dropping the ball.
Let's start with just the statement from Jay-Z, which is so forceful in its denial. I just read a teeny part of it, it's long, where he says that they should file a criminal complaint. Is that even possible at this point?
Darlings, as this absolutely wild story continues to unfold, one thing's crystal clear. We're nowhere near the end of this drama. With new bombshells dropping practically daily, who knows where this roller coaster is headed next? Will Diddy somehow manage to salvage his reputation? Or will these allegations finally be too much even for him to overcome? And what about everyone else caught in this web? Jay-Z, Rihanna, and even 50 himself? Are they just collateral damage, or is there more to their involvement than meets the eye? Don't forget to share your thoughts in the comments below. Like and subscribe for more of the juiciest celebrity tea, and until next time, stay absolutely scandalous. Honey, this story has more twists and turns than a soap opera, and something tells me we're just getting started. Keep those notifications on because this tea is still piping hot. Tea is still piping hot. Tea is...